Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurus Moth here, and tonight we're going to take a look at the SH Figuarts Shinkocchou Seihou Momotaros. This is a really cool looking character, which I admittedly do not know a lot about, just because I don't really have a lot of ways that I know of anyway to watch a lot of the Kamen Rider series. This one being from Kamen Rider Den O, at least mostly from what I understand. But in any event, it's just a super cool figure. I definitely had to have it, and I'm looking forward to talking about it. So enough of me introducing this, let's get to it. And as we do, we're going to start off talking about aesthetics. If I could put the aesthetics of this figure in one word, I would say clean. All the paint, super clean, everything looks super crisp. It's just really pleasant to look at. I mean, obviously the design of the character is pretty badass. Which is why I had to have it without knowing anything about the character. Just really nice, cool, devil-looking character. He's a good guy, despite looking devilish, which is kind of extra awesome. So bring it up, and you can see black lines, all super crisp, excellent. The details in the face look really nice. They get some little silver in the teeth with a little black wash over it, which really brings it out. Same thing with the sword, there's paint details on that. You can see the black lines and the silver painted on. I believe it's red plastic, even on the handle. If it gets to come out. You can see they did a little bit of wash over that, so you get the black lines and the kind of wrapping or the molding there. Just super cool. You've got some the silver accents here, silver on the spikes. Once again, no bleeding or like nothing misplaced. It just looks super nice. And that's the aesthetics. Moving on to accessories. Momotaros comes with a decent amount, mostly hands. From what I saw, an earlier version or an earlier SH Figuarts release of Momotaros came with like an entire table. This doesn't come with that. This is a little bit more stripped down. So let's go over that now. First thing you'll notice, we have the sword, which, as I pointed out in aesthetics, really nicely done, super cleanly painted, just looks really nice. It's a cool looking sword overall. Then we get a little teacup, which has super crisp details as well, and you can even see there's a little red and blue in there. I'm not sure exactly what drink this is supposed to be. If you know, please let me know in the comments. And you get a saucer for your teacup, which is excellent. That was part of one of the things that sold me on this. And we'll go over the hands, and I'm going to go over, as you saw in the intro, how you set up him holding the teacup. So first thing for the hands we got is our pointer fingers. As you can see, he's pointing up. We got the wrestling pose going on. Next, we got two fists. My fingers are on the way here. Two fists. You got two kind of martial arts hands. Blocking my own light here, pardon me. And then we got two thumbs up, so you can totally do Fawn's poses. Then we get two grippies for the sword, so you can have that in either hand. And then finally, we get two kind of delicately holding something hands, and this is where our saucer comes into play. As with these hands, you can set this saucer in, and he can hold it nicely like that, kind of like you saw in the intro. And finally, a hand to hold the teacup. So, you can hopefully see here, let me move my light. There we go. You can see there's kind of a almost trigger finger. Whoa, let me throw the cup wherever. And you got that little handle on the cup. You just sling that around the finger, and there you go. That's it. And then that's it for accessories. Chugging right along to articulation. Right off the bat, Momotaros is super fun to pose. This is probably my favorite SH Figuarts I own so far, which is saying a lot because I love my Dragon Shield Red Ranger, but this one is just, all the joints are just the right tensity. It moves really well. The articulation was implemented and engineered super well. So let's look at what that is. From the couch. So back into a more vanilla pose. You got a lot going here, so we're gonna go from top to bottom. His head is on a ball joint and the neck is also on a ball joint. So you get some really nice down and some really decent up here. Blocked a little bit by this back piece, but it's still okay. Also watch these horns. This is all hard plastic, so these are really sharp and these are really sharp. And you get some awesome side to side because of that double ball joint. This piece actually moves up and down, and that is to allow you to move the arms up, and you can get the little shoulder pads underneath that to get into a little more of a T-pose. You can also bring that down and bring those up, depending on what type of pose you're going for. There is a little bit of a butterfly joint in there, which moves more up and down than forward and back. You get your bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Blocking my light here. Move that. There we go. Then we get a ball hinge at the wrists and just a little ball socket on there, which is how you get the hands on. For the torso, you have ball joint here and at the waist, so you get not too bad forwards, really nice backwards. There we go. You can turn all the way around at the waist. For the legs, you can come almost all the way out. You got to move those thighs back a little bit. Not quite full splits, but still like damn nice. Bring those back to the middle. You have your thigh cut, double jointed knees, comes all the way up, and no boot cut, but you can get a little side to side with that knee. You just got to be careful with it. Finally, the feet are also on a bit of a ball joint, it looks like, and you can come up and forward, you can come down, you can get some nice side rocker out of that, and you have a toe joint, which I don't usually use those a lot, but for how sturdy the articulation is here and how well it holds poses, it's actually really nice here, and there are a couple poses I've been able to do that have utilized that. So that's articulation. So how does Momotaros size up? Let's check it out. We're going to start off with some other Tokusatsu characters. So let's go Power Rangers, and we're going to look at the Lightning Collection, Red Ranger, and Lord Zed. And then say you want to do some monster battles with this guy. Let's look at a NECA City Hunter Predator. Stand really tall next to him. Wow, lose my balance here. There we go. And a McFarlane Fortnite Hybrid. So as you can see, he's dwarfed by that, but you can get some really great shots with that and make some really cool situations. Next, let's move on to Marvel Legends. Predator completely out of frame here. No. Alright. And then let's move on to something completely different. Let's look at him next to Storm Collectibles Scorpion, which doesn't really size really well there, but they are very different scales. And finally, let's do an Articulated Icons Red Ninja and me as an Articulated Icons Ninja. And that's how Momotaros sizes up. And that'll do it for my look at the SH Figuarts Momotaros. As I've said, and as I pointed out, super fun figure, exquisitely fun to pose, and very accurate just because of the tensity of the joints. I highly recommend picking this up if you're able to. I'm going to put down some links to where you can pick this up still, if it's still available. And yeah, if you see it, definitely get it. I mean, even if you're not familiar with the character, I'm not fully yet, and I'd like to. So I guess with that being said, if you know any good sources to watch tokusatsu shows, specifically Kamen Rider and Super Sentai plus Ultraman, that are not Kiss Asian, and I know there's a bunch on Tubi, and I'm working through those ones, but if you know somewhere else where I can get the seasons that aren't on Tubi, I would greatly appreciate it. So let me know down in the comments. Also let me know in the comments if you've heard of this character, and if you have the figure, what you think of it. So all that being said, and as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with me through this much of the review. And if you liked this, please leave a like, leave a comment, and most importantly, definitely subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think it's doable. So thank you once again. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.